Hello, we are here in Vanuatu. We have come to visit the women's cricket team.
3 weeks.
Ooh! Wow!
3 weeks.
After surviving our near-death experience, it was time to find out why the women's cricket team in Vanuatu need our help.
So I just heard about 2 seconds ago about the government funding for cricket here. I understand that it's just for the boys.
Yes.
Is that frustrating?
Yes, it is very, very, very extremely frustrating, especially knowing that we've trained so hard for this.
They've been training to compete at this year's Pacific Games. The men's team have already received their funding from the Vanuatu government, but there are no more funds left for the women.
Why is it important for you to go?
It's important for us to go because you get 20 girls here training for 2 years, and then just to tell them that you're not going.
That you've trained for nothing?
Nothing. It's also important because, for example, we have our national captain who's Selena, and Rachel and one of the other girls, Nice. That's the biggest number of girls we've ever sent to go and play a placement in Australia. And all that has been possible through the international tournaments that we've been to. It's about providing opportunities and also helping our girls get opportunities to better themselves as human beings. And we want our cricketers to be good people on and off the field. We want them to know that they can do whatever they set their mind to it. If they've been given the opportunity to do it, they can do it. That you can achieve anything.
Just because the government aren't giving you the money does not mean that you can't do it.
That's why we're fundraising, because we've talked about it with the girls, and it's like, well, they've told us no, that doesn't mean we need to accept it. We're not going to be those girls who just say, okay. It's a no, then no. If it's a no, we'll find a way to make it a yes.
Here it's all about the men's sport, the men's this and that. Like they're not really looking at the women's side as much as they do to the men.
Does it just get kind of ignored? Women just get thought about last?
Yes. So like the men usually come first here, like in sports.
It's not just in sport that men come first in Vanuatu.
I think you can say in our culture, women are still seen as inferior to men. Women don't have a lot of say in things. We can vote, but to question anything else, that's like not our place in the society. We don't have women in the government. None. We don't.
Is that a rule or is that just by chance?
It's not a rule, but it's also not by chance because people don't believe that women should be in leadership roles.
How do women feel about that? Do women believe they should be in leadership roles?
Well, we're trying to change that. There's women who believe that women should be in leadership roles. I mean, we're natural leaders. Yeah, but there's also other women who are still in that bracket where they think everything should just be up to men.
Oof.
So we're not just dealing with men.
No,
we're dealing with other
women.
women as well. 5 years ago, like hitting your wife is something that is very acceptable in the community. Like if your wife, if your wife doesn't cook for you or your partner doesn't cook or have food ready in time, you have all the right in the world to hit them.
Yeah, it's a generational thing, right?
It is a generational thing. It will take a long time to change. So that's why we're trying to teach the generation now, so that when they get older, they have children, they can teach their children these values as well.
Thankfully, there are some good men here that see the need for change, including the men's cricket team.
Yeah, I think it's just as important as it is for the men's team to go there. Not only that we're there for the South Pacific Games, but it's important for them. They just started. We just started with our national women's team a few years back. So yeah, I think it's very important for our women's team to go. It's just as important as our men.
So, to put it simply,
the reason why they have no funding is because they are the women's team. That is the only reason why. It is quite simple. The government have a budget. They choose to give it to the men. We cannot let this happen. They shouldn't be excluded because they're women. That cannot be the reason. If they weren't good enough, fine. But it's not that. It's because they're women. They've been invited to go to these games. We need to come together as people that are fans of equalism and help them. Let's donate. Let's get online, click, 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 give what you can. Let's make this world fair.